Hey everyone, here's a book haul. I thought we just did one of these. Yes, but there was another book fair. There was 110,000 books. How could I not go? I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. I'm going to start with the SciFi first. Very conveniently, there were these 4 Red Rising books. I already have book 2, so I managed to pick up book 1, Red Rising, obviously by Pierce Brown. And then there's book 3, that is Morningstar. And book 4, that is Iron Gold. And these things get chunkier and chunkier. That is Dark Age book 5. My nephew loves this series. I'll probably start it when the last book comes out. I also picked up Waystation by Clifford D. Simak. Now Pete over at the SciFi Shed is reading through all the Hugo and Nebula award winners. I think he's up to about 76 books that he's read, and this he puts at number 6. So that means it's pretty darn good. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And I also picked up Isaac Asimov's Forward the Foundation. Very surprising that I didn't have this actually. As far as I understand it, this is the last Foundation book written solely by Isaac Asimov. Now on to the fantasy. I picked up Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldree. I don't have Legends and Lattes. Hopefully I'll get that one at the next book fair. I think everyone's heard about this. It's cozy fantasy. I also picked up the 3 Gormenghast books by Mervyn Peake. These were written in the 50s and 60s. They're about some massive castle, like a castle the size of a planet. Well, probably not that big, but it's this huge, sprawling castle that's been built over hundreds and probably thousands of years. And apparently it's a little bit strange. So that is Titus Groan, the first one. Gormenghast, the second one. That is a very strange cover. And Titus Alone. These covers are, shall we say, kind of 60s weird. I also picked up Morningstar by David Gemmell. This is a David Gemmell I did not have, which was surprising to me. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 David Gemmells I don't have. This is a standalone. The next 3 books are by Fred Saberhagen. Now, Fred Saberhagen, I have never read any of his books, but he gets these quotes on the bottom of the Wheel of Time books. If you're familiar with these covers of Wheel of Time, you'll see the quote down the bottom, Fred Saberhagen, glowing with true magic. So this is the Book of Swords trilogy. This is the first Book of Swords, the second Book of Swords, and the very imaginatively titled third Book of Swords. And just like Jordan gets a mention from Fred Saberhagen, he gets a recommendation from Stephen R. Donaldson. Next up, I'm always keeping my eye out for finding fantasy books at these fairs. They're very rare, and I did manage to pick up a couple of coloured number editions. So that is number 5, City of Thieves, and number 7, Island of the Lizard King. But I also managed to pick up a couple of the Wizard Edition books, which I don't have. This is Eye of the Dragon, and I also picked up Night of the Necromancer. These were never published in the original 59. These are totally new when Wizard did its publication of the series. One final book I picked up, 5 Go to Demon Rocks. This is book number 19 of the famous 5 by Enid, Blyton, and I do like these old editions with the old text. And one final thing, at these fairs they have a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays, and I picked up Band of Brothers. This was a mini-series produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, and recently we watched Masters of the Air on Apple TV+, which is kind of in the same vein. It's produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, so really looking forward to watching this series. So that's my stack of books, and it was a bit unexpected, really. There was so much stuff, I could have easily bought 4 times as many books. I had to really restrain myself. And of course now I need to find places on the bookshelves for these. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video.